So in this session, we are going to discuss about the transport organizer and the significance of transport organizer. What does transport organizer signify? Transport organizer signifies the movement of all your objects across the servers, movement of all developments and objects. These all will be moving from the development to quality to production. Okay, as we discussed, there will be another server called pre-production server, which is an optional server here. Pre-production server is an optional server here, so we'll have this. So these are the servers that we have here. So we'll go ahead with the development server. We'll go with the development servers, and then we'll update that in the quality server. Then we'll go for the pre-production server. So for this, what we are going to do is we are going to first develop everything in the development server. So we have the mandatory mandatory condition to move anything from development to quality to production is that it needs to have a request number. And how do we get a request number for a particular development? We get it when we save it in a package. Save in a package. Remember, if you save it in a something like local object or something like that, if you save it in a local object, you will not be getting a request number at all. So if you don't get a request number, it means you cannot move it from development to quality to production. It will become local to the development server. So for that, we save it in a package. So when we save it in a package, a request number is generated. Under every request number that is generated, by default there will be a task number that will be created here. Okay, a task number. So there will be a task number. So this task number, whatever we create, okay, this task number will be automatically generated by the system. So there will be a request number and there will be a task number. So we'll have a request number and we'll have a task number. So now the request task number is also generated by the system. So once you have done some development and once you confirm that everything is fine, then what we'll do is we'll go ahead with the release of the request. Okay, so release of the request we'll do it in the SE09 transaction. SE09 transaction. There will be, when you go to SE09, there will be two types of request numbers. There will be two types of request number. One is the workbench request, which happens to be our request that we have here, and then we have the customizing request. The customizing request, whatever we have, is done by the functional people. So there will be a functional team, FICO, HR, MM. If they do any configurations, customizations or modifications, that will be any customizations on the functional front will be automatically updated as a customizing workbench request. So whatever developments we do as an ABAPer will be under the workbench request. Okay. So these will be the two types of requests. I repeat, whatever developments that we do from the ABAP point of view will always be default saved under the workbench requests. Okay. So customizing request will be by the functional team. Okay. Now going ahead, we have this workbench request. So what we'll do is we'll create a simple program and save that whatever program that we create in the SE38, that program will create in the program will save it in a package. So when we create a program and save it in the package, it will also ask for a request number. So let's create a new request number and then go and complete the program, activate the program. So only when you activate the program, we will be able to release it. So we'll be able to release it. So once we release it, from our point of view, from the technical ABAPers point of view, the release activities have been done. After this, the basis team will log in from the quality server, and from there they absorb this request number. So when they absorb the request number, whatever is there under the request number will be automatically moving to the quality system, and from there they will move to the production server by default. So in most of the projects, it is not just simply done like that. So there needs to be some approvals. Once you complete a program, you have to send it for the approval. Only when the approvals are done, they will give you the permission to move to the quality server and then production server. So the bigger the company and the more security they need, the more levels of approvals will be there for moving it to the quality from development to quality production. So let's create a simple program now. So DXC underscore simple request. So now the immediately just now whatever request number we have used is been released. So when the immediate past request number is released, this will be blank. Otherwise, always it will show up the last used request number. Okay, so we'll click on the create new request 3 for request number. So we go for right. Okay, whatever, we just save. Once it's saved, you activate this. Only when you activate this, we will be able to release this. If you don't activate it, you cannot release a task. Okay. If you go and try, it will show an error. So in this, we'll have the customizing request, which are basically the functional team will do it, and workbench requests. So I'm going for this workbench request display. So we can see this request number 3 for Vikramaditya. So select this, open this, we'll have a task, another task will have a program, another programs will have this program. So click on the task, release this, and then click on this request number, release it. So once it is released, it will go away from the released ones, and it will come into it will go away from the modifiable and it will come to the released ones. So once it comes to the released, it means that it can be transported to the basic to the quality team. And who will do the movement from development to quality? The administration of the basis team will do it. So for that, they check for the approvals. Each company and each client will have its own approval format. According to that, once they get the approvals, they will move this request number. So if you copy this request number and give it to them through some format. So some people have online documents. We need to fill up the online document and give these details, and then send it for the approvals. Once it's been approved, then the next level will be taking care of that request number. So ultimately, once it's released, you can see these developments in the quality server. And once the testing team will test it in the testing server or the quality server, it will be moved to the production server. So the tick mark actually signifies it's released. So once a request number is released, you will not be able to save anything under that request number. Everything is freeze now. So this is about the request number, tasks and request numbers. And what is the activity that we have to do? We just have to release the tasks and we have to release the request number. Once we release the request number, that basis team will take care of the movement from development to quality. Once it's been approved, the movement is approved.